Alright everybody, this is Mini Prepper again, and today we're going to do a review of this little guy, the Sanrenmu 7010, not to be confused with the 710, which there is a slight difference between the 710 and 7010. But the only actual difference is on the stop pin. On the 710, you could see it on the outside of the handles. On the 7010 they did away with that and it doesn't stick out. Let's do some size comparison and then we'll do the stats on it. So you have the Spyderco Delica 4, which you could see blade length. Really it's the same. It's just the handles that are a bit different there. And the steel wheel cut jack. And of course, we got to have the Ontario rat knife, which you can see it's considerably smaller than that. And even, let's see, tactical pen, which you can see it's basically it's the same size as that. All right, so you have a 2 3/4 blade and a 6.5 inch overall. Now the blade length, even though it's 2 3/4, it's smaller on the cutting area. Stainless steel handle with this goofy nail file thing here, but it's really not a nail file, but it's kind of goofy. I don't necessarily like it there, but I like it better than the what's on the other versions. They do have a camo handle and a blacked out handle that has like a right over here, it has like a flaming tiger or something. I don't know. Didn't really like that. And you have HCR 13 MOV steel, which it's not on there. I do usually like when they put on the blade what type of steel it is. But you do have the 7010 there. And the Sanrenmu logo on this side. Now, overall, this is actually a really good knife. Fit and finish is really very good on here. This is supposed to be made in, I believe, the Chinese factory that makes some of the Spydercos. So these are made by the same guys that make some of the Spyderco knives. So this is definitely well built. You do have Torx construction. And you have actually a very nice pocket clip on here. I definitely like this pocket clip. It's goes, as you can see, more than halfway of the handle. So it holds in your pocket really well. It's not going to come out of your pocket. The tension on it, is very good. Now you do have dual thumb studs. Now this is probably what people consider to be the biggest problem with this knife, is the thumb studs. And you can see how much they stick out beyond the handle. Now I really haven't had too much of a problem with it, but a lot of people do have a problem with the thumb studs catching on their pocket as they're trying to put it in or out of the pocket. And I can get why. I can definitely see why it would be a problem. But it does make it nice and easy to deploy this blade either slowly or, to just shoot that thing right on out of there. Now I do like the overall look of this blade, or the whole knife actually. Now I know that a lot of people tend to call this the poor man's Sebenza, and I kind of get why. The handle does have a very basic shape of a Sebenza with a few differences. I mean, the lanyard hold is in a different spot. And then obviously the materials are completely different. But I don't know. I don't have an issue with it. Some people don't like it just because of that reason. But you do have a bit of jimping up at top here. Now, it doesn't work all that great, but it does help. It does kind of keep your thumb in place there. The other problem with this knife is, as you can see, I can get 3 fingers on there, no problem, but my 4th one doesn't have much of a place to get to. This is a knife that actually would benefit from having a lanyard on it, because then it does give you a little bit more of something for your hand to hold on to. But all in all, this is actually, a really nice knife. It's hollow grind. It's definitely good for slicing. I do like the tallness of the blade. That I've always found to be better for just cutting things in general. Let's see, you've got 3 screws here holding the pocket clip in, so it's not going to move around on you. Frame lock, which, let's see, it's probably about 90% lockup. So it definitely locks up good, but it's not hard to move it over to unlock it. And what's really, really good about this knife is the price. I got this on GearBest, and I paid with the insurance, I think, like $8.09 for it. And worth every penny. I mean, this definitely, this easily could be sold for $20, no problem. This is just a very good knife. You definitely have, as I said with the lock bar, you've got a nice pass through there to engage or disengage the lock. You have some nice standoffs there. They're not just regular tube type construction. And actually, I was looking on GearBest and clicked on this knife again, and they have it for the $6.99 price right now. Definitely, as I said, definitely worth the price. Biggest problem with GearBest is you're going to wait to get the knife. You could wait a lot of times a month to 2 months just to get a knife from them. So that's really the only bad thing really about with GearBest. Now I do also like, if you notice, on the screws, they're flush. They don't stick out any. Like, well, let's see, do I have one here that sticks out any? No, I don't. Thought I did. Oh well. A lot of knives you'll find the screws will stick out, but these are completely flush. And this stupid thing on here. I have seen people, though, actually take this and sand down this whole handle here and completely get rid of this. I don't know. It's not something I'm going to probably do, though, but it's an option if you really didn't like this. But then again, you could always just get the blacked out one and take the paint off, I guess. And then you'd have a same type, but without this. Again, this does hold in the hand very good. Just depends on your size hand. Mine's a large size hand, so that's why I have a little bit of problem. But if you've got a medium size hand, this is actually going to fit really nice. All right, that is it on the Sanrenmu 7010. Definitely a knife worth getting. Definitely worth the money. So, until the next time, in the next review, I will talk to you then.